right along. You
Okay.
can't hear me, Joe?
Thank you. Thanks.
How about now? Gotcha. All right. Welcome to the show. We're downtown St. Joseph, Michigan, July 12th, 2026. We're doing a Sunday episode at 1 p.m. This is one of the weird times of our episodes. Joe, what are you doing with the frown on your face?
I can't find this.
Oh.
I don't think we're live. Not on YouTube.
You got it, Scott?
There it is.
All right. All right.
Not showed up.
I am James Gill, the host. This is Joe Hill, the co-host, without his wine today. This is a little weird.
It's Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right. Guys, we have a special guest on tonight, or today, I should say. He's the owner of Lakeside Slingshot Rentals. We want to welcome Jimmy Lucas to the show. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for joining us today. All right, get that off there. All right. Thank you for joining us today. How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
What?
No.
Are you afraid?
Yeah, I'm out of sync right now.
You're out of sync because we're doing the Sunday. It's not our first Sunday show.
Well, I know. This weekend's been trying.
Yeah.
At say the least.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah, we had good.
So, how usually you gotta start this off, or pretty much how he's out of how he's out of sync because he's throwing me off. He's throwing me off. Where'd you grow up from? Whereabouts?
So
high school.
So I'm originally from Eau Claire. That's where I graduated from.
Beaver.
Yep, 2004.
Good job.
I moved to Barron Springs 11 years ago when I met my wife, and then we settled. Now we're in Bridgman.
Okay.
So, how does it feel going from one side of the pretty much Shawnee to the other side of Shawnee?
Yeah,
that's pretty much how you just did it.
Yeah,
you went from Barron Springs, All Clear area to
yeah, pretty much. I love my country life. I don't like being around a bunch of people. I mean, it's nice that we grew up with four-wheelers and motorcycles and on the farm to neighbors that are cranky if your grass is just a little too long or so
I know. Like being away from people too.
Yeah, it's not definitely not my cup of tea, but from both of our businesses we're only about 1.5 miles down the road, so really can't beat that.
So from high school, did you go to college?
SMC, and got my associate's degree in applied technology for automotive. I wanted to be a mechanic. So I got that degree. Technically never worked as a mechanic, but I did co-own a junkyard where we started up a service center, and I ran the service center, worked on cars and stuff. I did that for about 4 years, but kind of fell out of it. Throughout my life, I've done tons of different jobs. I've always wanted to learn something new. But definitely didn't use my degree for what I do today.
A lot of people don't these days.
No,
they go to get their mindset on a degree and then go into it, and then nothing. Do something totally different.
The biggest thing was for me is, especially in college, you're working on other people's stuff all day, every day.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to yours, you're like, I really don't want to do that. So it just burned me out completely with it. That's one thing I told my son when he graduated. I'm like, don't go to college just for something general. You might as well just skip it, get real work experience, unless you want to specialize.
Find a trade or something.
Yep. And that was one thing. He found the electrical trade, and he's been in it for a year. And I'm like, that's the best thing.
Oh, yeah.
I would preach to anybody.
You always need an electrician, plumbers, all kinds of things like construction workers, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Need those guys.
That actually is true. I give you that. But for me, I still use my degree.
Yeah, I know you do.
About the only one.
The masseuse.
Funny thing is business and massage, but it's really weird how you guys were saying, but you still use it a little bit. I mean, if a car breaks down,
I'm the one to fix it.
You know what you're doing.
You know what to do.
So that actually is a good trade to know. That's
mechanics definitely are a must-need thing in the country.
That's one thing I wish I picked up when I was in high school when they had an auto shop. I really wish I got into it.
I took auto mechanics in 10th grade.
Okay.
Did not get into it.
See, we didn't have anything like that at Eau Claire. I mean,
No?
it
Really?
was, yeah, they didn't offer, they had a wood shop class.
Yeah.
For me, growing up working on cars with my dad was kind of where my passion was for it. By the time I was 16, I owned 4 cars that I've purchased and, stuff like that. And that's kind of where my passion came from it. But then once I started doing it, I'm like, something in me is like, I want more.
Yeah.
Like there's something more for me to do than just this. And I couldn't really paint the picture of, I'm gonna do this for 40 years, and it just did not, so that was the big thing with it. It's good learning those lifelong lessons, especially you get a flat tire, how to patch a tire, how to change your oil.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people today, they don't know how to change a tire if they get a flat. They don't know how to do their own oil.
And there's guys that don't know how to do that too.
It's amazing. And I find with a lot of people is it's not hard to learn. You can go on Google, watch 10 minutes and
learn how to do it. Yep.
See, I know how to change the tire. I know how to change my brakes. But anything else? Fuck no.
I was just like you. I mean, if I had to do it, I would just go to like YouTube or something. Like I had to change my serpentine belt for my car one time because it broke. And that was the worst thing I had to change in my life because my hands are big and you had to get in small spaces to actually do it. But learning how to do it, now I know how to do it. It's probably going to help me down the road eventually.
Oh, 100%, especially, someone like, hey, my belt broke on my car. What kind of car is it? And they're like, I can help you out, So that's the one thing I've learned is through all of this jobs I've done over the years in businesses, as each thing I've able to adapt into the new situation from before and had that experience. And I think that's one thing I'm grateful for is learning that kind of stuff, just because even like with our Slingshots now, instead of taking it to a dealer, driving an hour away, waiting 2 or 3 days, I can just do it myself. And I'm back on the road making money again. So
that's the best way to do it.
That's smart. That's once again, I wish I got to do it.
Wish I regret it too. That's and I know we learned a lot of stuff. I had to learn a lot of stuff in there. Just like this was back in the early 90s too. So I'm 53 and the cars weren't the same as they are now. So and the brake, it wasn't disc brakes or anything like that. It was just like
hubs.
And
with
you had
the
springs and things like that. There was all kinds of stuff on there. So
old man.
Yeah, I am old. Long in the tooth.
So when you were going through high school and you did all that and you got out and went to college, so now we're up to there. So my thing is, if you could tell yourself something now, back then, saying, hey, should keep on pursuing, or would you change your degrees to something else?
I probably would keep it to what it was.
Good for you.
I think I would, just because that was something that was kind of my passion back then. When I was in middle school, I wanted to be a cartoonist. I love to draw.
Really?
That was my big thing. I wanted to be a cartoonist. But once I hit the age of working on cars, getting my own car, customizing, that was when Fast and the Furious, all that stuff, spoilers and exhaust and all that. I think for me, I definitely would have probably still continued that, but I would have probably paid attention more around me to other stuff, relevant. Just because today, if I had the knowledge I did today for back then, it would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's just crazy. And that's one
thing
ahead
of your time.
I preached to my son, he's 20 now. And I preached for him his last 4 years of high school. And I said, hey, dude, you gotta cherish these moments, because once you graduate, you're gonna hate life. You're adult. You work. I said it sucks. I was like, I wish I could go back and play the sports and do the stuff I did. I said, in high school, I hated it. I just wanted to get out and I wanted to, be on my own. But then once, in my 20s, I'm like, this sucks. Yeah. I don't like being an adult anymore.
And taxes and all that.
It's horrible.
It's almost the same scenario with me. Because when I went to college for massage and everything, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna see half naked women all the time. This is gonna be an awesome gig. All of a sudden, I had to do taxes. I had to do business taxes.
Massage hairy dude.
No, I never did. But the funny thing is, then all of a sudden I'm getting these 80-year-olds, not supermodels, nothing that I was picturing in my head. I mean, it's fine, but
It was an eye opener.
it was definitely thinking it's not a lavish job like people thought it was going to be.
No, not at all.
Pants starting to get arthritis. I'm thinking, shit, this sucks.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so definitely understand of growing up and thinking, yeah, no, it's not what I really thought I could do. But I don't regret it though. I still love doing it. So you said you met your wife. How'd you meet your wife?
That's a story you're gonna laugh and like, whoa. So I met my wife. We had married 11 years. So about 11, a little over 11 years ago. We went to church in Eau Claire, Bright Star Tabernacle. And every year my mom conned me into doing the arts and crafts for the Vacation Bible School. So this particular year I come, and then my wife Lacey, she comes in too, and they're like, all right guys, well you two have fun, we'll see you later.
Oh,
and I'm like, okay, like this is awkward,
but they were plotting the scheme.
Yeah, that's because I just had gotten out of a relationship about probably a month prior.
Yeah.
She just had a divorce 3 months prior. We both have gone to the same church, but we never once crossed paths, never talked, whatever. I always saw her. And she was, she's a bodybuilder. She was pretty, jacked back then. And I'm like, okay. So we started talking or whatever that night. And then it was like the next night we went out to dinner. And then 6 weeks later, we were married in Tennessee.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah.
You were married 6 months?
6 weeks from the day we met.
I think you said 6 months. 6 weeks.
No, yeah, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were
planning.
We were doing vacations, the whole family. There's 21 of us.
Yeah.
We went to Gatlinburg and had a big cabin.
Beautiful
and all
area.
that. Oh yeah. So it was funny because about 2-3 weeks in, because we're hanging out and doing all stuff for kids are, together. My mom's like, hey, why don't you guys just get married? I'm like,
they're really pushing this.
I'm like,
holy crap.
I'm like, Mom, you've lost your damn mind. And like, I don't cuss around my parents. And I'm like, you've lost your damn mind. And she's like, no, just think about it. If you get married now, you guys can do everything together during your marriage versus, okay, let's do stuff and 2-3 years down the road, get married. And then, kind of from there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. End up like about a week later, got a wedding ring or engagement ring for her. And she was teaching at the body pump class. And I saw me and my sister and her husband at the time, we went to go take her class, took her class the first time. I got halfway through, was in the bathroom throwing up. Like she just killed me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not proposing today. It's just not going to happen. Man. So about a week later, I went 2 weeks before we were going to Tennessee, because we already discussed we're all going or whatever. I ended up in between one of the songs, I ended up proposing in front of her whole class at the YMCA. And there was like 30 people in this class or whatever. And they have it all recorded and stuff like that. And then that's when I knew I was in trouble. Like, oh, I'm in trouble. But no, we ended up going to Tennessee. We got married. We had our daughter June prior to that. And then we had our youngest son, about 2 years prior to that. But yeah, I've been met 6 weeks, been married to be 11 years in August. So yeah, man,
that's a story.
Yeah. When we tell people, they're like, what the hell were you thinking?
So with that going on, was your wife in the room when your mom was saying, hey, you should get married?
No.
She had no idea.
So she had no idea that your mom was pushing the marriage.
No, not at all. Not at all. It was crazy because, 2 weeks after we started talking, I was living in Eau Claire in a duplex. And she's like, why don't you just come live with me? You're at my house all the time. And I'm like, okay. So, and then it was like a week later, my mom's like, hey, you should get married. You live together already. I'm like, I feel like all the stars were aligned and like things were put into place. Cause after I was 20 when I had my son. So at this time when I met her, I was 29. So he was 9.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not getting married. I ain't having no more kids. And then it was like a year later, I'm married. Then now I got 2 more kids. I went against everything that I said. But, I guess when you know.
Yeah,
I mean, everything just clicked. We're kind of opposite on certain things. But her passion was the fitness industry, and I supported her through all that. And
that's kind of cool though.
And that's kind of how it led into our first business, after our son was with that. But we started a little business when we were first married called Coffee News, little restaurant publication that we distributed all over restaurants and stuff. We did that and
that's cool.
For about a year or so. That was our first business venture. And then after we had our second child, it's like, no, we don't have time, for this stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, it was definitely quick.
That's single least. Wow.
You think you got a lot of pressure from your mom?
I wouldn't say a lot of pressure. I mean, I kind of was at a point in my life where, and I think there's a lot of people where you've been in a relationship and it's failed, marriage, whatever, for a long time. And then you go a period of time dating or whatever, and they just don't pan out. Like it's just bad situations. Okay. And then you're like, when am I going to get a good luck or whatever with it? And I think with us, everything just fell together and our families meshed very well together.
That's cool.
And we both same church and stuff like that. So I think it went just kind of there for whatever. But what I thought that would ever happen? No.
I don't think anybody would.
And be honest with you, I think because of her, if we would have never met, we would have never owned the businesses that we do.
Right. Right.
Sure.
I was in the mechanic industry and I ended up owning a gym. Like I started a gym where I worked out, at the, all that, but it wasn't my passion for that. So it was a totally different realm for me, wherever. So
cool.
It definitely wouldn't be where I am today without her.
Wow.
That's for sure.
Wow.
I like how you ended that. I did. I like how you ended that. I'll never be without
you. Hopeless romantic.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That's why I like hearing stories like that. I definitely remember yours because that was quick.
Oh, it was
that
quick,
was.
But
I mean,
it was
Mark
quick.
put a star by this.
And a
one.
lot of people help the support that you guys have with one another for being so young. And you guys were just started dating pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Then you went straight to dating, skipping the whole dating process and went straight to marriage. A lot of those marriages that young, that early, don't work out. You guys made it work.
Oh yeah,
that's a cool thing.
Yeah, and like they say, people if you spend over $5,000 on a wedding, they don't last no more than 3 years or so.
Oh yeah.
People that blow all that money. That's like at us, our wedding. We're in Gatlinburg on a little creek or whatever. I think we spent $700 for our wedding. She had like a $40 TJ Maxx dress. I had a polo and shorts. Like we didn't spend hardly any money at all because it wasn't it for us. We didn't need that.
Right.
It's us and our family.
Yeah.
That's all that we needed. And we didn't need all of that. And I think when people do stuff like that, you lose like what the point is.
You lose focus on what
and
it
then
really
I
means.
think from there you lose focus and you're starting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
Because you're not focusing on each other. You're focusing on, oh, hey, we're in debt. How are we going to get on debt? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. And wow. I mean, now that you mentioned that, when you say that makes so much sense if you think about it. And a lot of people these days want to spend the max on a beautiful wedding, the gowns, the maid of honor, the bridesmaids, groomsmen, the whole 9 yards. And at the end of the day, you wind up have to pay more.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're behind and you're in debt, it's going to be even worse.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I like that idea. I like that. I really do. The cheaper, the better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me? Why are you staring at me like that?
Because a lot of people go that way now lately, or they just go to the courthouse, or they go they decided to do a destination wedding.
Yeah.
But the destination wedding is something small, quaint, and
a little more intimate.
Yeah. I mean, I like how his whole family was there and everything else.
Everybody was involved.
It was your guys' second marriage, sounds like.
I wasn't married first. She was prior.
Okay.
Prior.
But you just got out of a relationship. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound like sounds like you're the type of guy, because you said you're from the country and everything else, and riding dirt bikes and everything else. You just wanted to be happy.
Yeah.
And you found that person, and might as well.
I just like, I don't need all these bells and whistles. I don't need all this. I don't know. For me, my mentality is why spend all that money into something that's one day where I can invest it into something that's my future.
Yeah, it's going to last for a long time.
Yeah, and that's how I look at things. You know, I was at the gas station the other day behind a guy, and he bought 3 cartons of cigarettes and 3 packs. And it was $368.
Ouch.
The guy behind him turns and looks at me. He's like, ugh. I'm like, wow. I said, that's a car payment. And that my mind goes to, and the guy asked, well, how long is that going to last you? Like 6 weeks? He said, I'll get about 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, how can you?
Yeah, if you're smoking 2 packs or 3 packs.
You just got to think he does that every 2 weeks.
Yeah. And to me,
so you didn't think about that.
I wasn't even,
And for me, I look at that as that's money you can invest into yourself, your business, whatever it may be, and turn dollars, not lose money.
Yeah.
Not do good for yourself. And it's just crazy how
it's about $600
mindset.
Yeah.
$600 a month in cigarettes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And who knows if they drink, if they do anything else, that's expensive habits or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
So move on a little bit. You said you had other jobs besides what some other jobs that you had up to building up to where you're at now?
Oh, I've done everything. So at high school, I took and worked for a buddy of mine. They owned a junkyard, scrapyard in South Bend, and a scrapyard in Eau Claire. Randy's Recycling is what it was. And so I did that for them for a few years. I worked Home Depot as a receiving person. I worked for Dr. Pepper as a merchandiser. I worked at Martin's in St. Joe as a security. I worked for the sheriff's department for 5 summers doing ring division.
Yeah.
I did that for a while. I worked for Dish Network as a tech, installing and stuff.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's more. I took in my stepdad and his one business partner started a transport company for the marijuana business. We did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And there's a few other things, you know. What was nice about it is every time I changed jobs, I learned something new and I made more money. I remember when I worked at Home Depot back in 2006, I made $8.50 an hour. And I thought, like, man, that was a lot of money. Yeah, and I'm like, you know, back then compared to now, but when each thing I did was so broad. Oh, and I sold cell phones at the Orchards Mall. Next to Complete Wireless, it was next to Claire's. I sold cell phones for a couple of years.
I remember that place.
Yeah, so I did that for a couple of years too. I mean, when I first started working, I was 12. I worked farmers markets, went to Chicago, sold produce. That's what kind of got me learning the sales and stuff like that.
Right.
So
everything, if you put it all together, it helps you out in the long run.
Oh yeah,
just learning all these new things and putting that all together in your own package. To make it a better life for yourself and your family.
Yeah, I think what made it the best for me was I worked for a company after I left Dr. Pepper, and I went to dealerships, local dealerships, and all across Michigan, where I took pictures of their cars. I uploaded their buyer's guides and their equipment list and the cars. And I ended up going after working for a dealership for about 8 years. That's where I started to learn the business side of things. I got transferred down to our junkyard scrapyard, and I started running the junkyard scrapyard. And that's where I started to really learn, okay, how to manage a business, how to do payroll, how to do taxes, how to do all of that stuff there. And that's where I started getting the idea of I want to work for myself. Just because the corporate life, it was just not for me. You know, I'm more of like, okay, you give me a task, I'm going to get it done. Give me another task and go there. So that's where I started to really pick up my knowledge of wanting to own my own business. And then that's kind of where once I left, just before I left the junkyard stuff, that's where I started my first business from there or whatever. But, you know, that was the gym. You know, the wife was just getting ready to get back into the fitness. And she's like, I want to go back teaching. I was like, you don't want to go back. It's not for $15 a class. It's not really worth it. You can stay home with the kids, but that was her passion. Well, We ended up getting back some money, and I had some. We had $10,000, and I started looking in Bridgman, and I found an empty building. And I'm like, hey, you want to start your own studio? She's like, no. I'm like, why not? She's like, that's just too much work, you know? It's too much work. It's too hard. I'm like, it can't be that hard. I said, well, what do you need? And she's like, well, I need this, this, and this. I'm like, for how many people? Okay. Went online, started, getting pricing, this and that. I'm like, okay, for about 12,000, we can get everything you need. Okay. I said, tonight we're going to look at a building. What do you mean? I'm like, well, I found a building. We're going to look at it.
She wasn't ready for it.
No,
she wasn't ready.
It started to bring memories back of like the wedding.
Yeah.
I saw it on Monday. We went and looked on Wednesday. Following Tuesday, we signed the contract for the building. 4 weeks later, we started the business. Like, it was quick. I got software merchant.
What's with you in 6 weeks?
I don't know. I work quick. If I get an idea.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people, we get that impulse where we want that instant gratification.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, if I have an idea, it's like, if I don't jump on it, am I going to lose this? Is the vision going to lose, or is someone else going to take it? But at the time, it was like, hey, let's just do it or whatever.
Right.
And my wife is a planner. So if it was her way, we probably would have never started the business, because she would have kept pushing it off and off and off, to where I was like, all right, hey, this is what we're doing. Get me a class schedule. And she's like, very overwhelmed or whatever, but it worked. 4 weeks later, we had our business name and all that set up. We had our merchant set up, our software. The building was finished. And the day one of grand opening, we signed up 65 people.
Wow. How did she react on your mindset, your mentality of getting things done when you see it?
She gets very overstimulated.
Yeah,
like, it's high anxiety. Like, just like, she's type, she can't multitask. Like, it's like, if she's doing something, don't distract her, because she'll just blank. But she's learned over the years with me, like, if I have an idea, I'm going to run with it, no matter what she says or not.
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm going to let you do your thing. I trust your judgment. And then once she starts getting comfortable and kind of get in the rhythm, she just kind of falls into place and everything's good or whatever. So
wow. So I got an idea. And then 6 weeks later, it's going up and running.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
that's how the gym started.
Well, it goes back to what we were saying on one of the other shows earlier. If you don't have that one opportunity, you don't pursue it,
you'd be kicking yourself in the butt later.
Yeah, like he was saying. Yeah,
especially if somebody else does it before you do it.
Exactly.
And
like
he's a go-getter. He's a pusher. He will eventually. He's going to do it no matter what.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that gusto, that fire or that drive, because something's always going to stop them. If it's not nerves, it's dropping in the future. You just go, and if it doesn't happen, it fails. Oh well.
Yeah.
But at least you tried.
Yeah, that's my thing, and that's the one thing that it drives me crazy about people today, especially on these Facebook groups or these community chatter pages, and they post anonymously. They say, oh, we need more businesses in the city, and we need this and that. It's because of the county and this, or why we can't have it. And one day I just blew up. I'm like, because my building is green, lime green. I mean, it's super bright. It's annoying green. Everybody hates it.
I don't think they hate it. It is bright.
For people are always like, oh, that ugly building, it's an eyesore, this and that. Well, I just snapped. We were on vacation in Florida, and I just commented. I'm like, before you start passing judgment on this and this, I was like, in order to have change, you have to be change.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the city officials, and it's not these people that are the reason why business isn't here. It's because of people like you that say they want something, but they don't want to step up and do something. I'm like, I don't think you realize how hard it is to build a business. It isn't like, oh yeah, I have a business, I'm making tons of money. It's like, we have stress too. We have taxes and maintenance and this and that. And I'm like, you don't realize these franchises that you want to come here, you got to have a net worth. You have to have cash on hand, and you got to look at stuff like that. And it just drives me nuts, because you do, like, for me, I've done so much in my community, and it's like, how much I have to give for you guys to be happy? Just do it. I was like, I started my business with $10,000. not a lot of money.
Right.
You know,
right.
I'm here 7 years later. You know, I was like, you just have to do it. But those are the people that they just want to complain, or they want somebody to do something for them, and then they're not going to do anything.
Right.
You know, it's
No
just
reciprocation.
no.
Entry of Chris from
Yeah.
because he said he started his business with $1.
Yeah.
And he built this basketball team with $1.
Yeah. And then they were traveling all over the
Yes.
place, going to China and stuff like that. And he just started off with, I mean,
with a $1.
$1, and he built something that was I don't know, everybody liked in the community. Put it that way.
And what did he say? He had 28 players that went to and is playing overseas right now.
Oh wow.
That he found that he had on his team.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now they're playing in international.
Not only that, he started a boys basketball team on a reservation.
Oh, cool.
And they won state championship.
That's right. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And just by his willpower, he made it happen.
I think
his
honestly,
his belief in everything else. Yeah.
I think honestly, I tell people, they're like, how do you do it? I'm like, I just do it because I enjoy it. It's my passion. You know, for me, if I can do something to put myself in a better position, I'm gonna do whatever I can. And I tell everyone, do you know how many times I failed? I have failed thousands of times. I've wasted so much money on stupid stuff, trying to think I'm going to make a quick buck. You know, I make all of our shirts. I have a laser engraver. I make all of our tumblers. I do all of that stuff. Could I pay someone else to do it? Probably
so, yeah.
But in my mind, you know, instead of buying something for $20 and selling it for 30, I can buy it for $5 and sell it for 20.
Yeah.
And it takes not much of my time. But it's just, I've always done those little things to where it's like, I don't know. I like to learn stuff. I like to make myself better and more knowledgeable, because I'm sure you guys have friends where they can't figure something out. Like with you, hey, your boat broke. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I like to help people, you know, and I don't expect anything in return. There's, you know, it's just what I do or whatever. I look at it as, you know, if I do one good deed a week. Don't matter what it is, I do one good deed a week. It could be at the gym, it could be the slingshots, it can be pressure washing, whatever. But feel good that I'm doing something for somebody, you know. I do live under the thing of a no good deed goes unpunished, because I've had some good deeds I've done that they've turned around and bit me in the butt. But so that's kind of the way I look at it.
That's a good mindset to have. I tell you that much. Like that. You know, just wanting to initially help people goes a long way.
Oh, for sure.
And it comes back to help you out in the long run.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be.
Not looking at.
No, it doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be material. It could be just having a genuine conversation with somebody, and something that they say just opens up something in your mind, just to like, oh wow, you know, I didn't think of that. And knowledge is powerful for sure.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Interesting. I like it. I don't know where to go from that. I'm kind of at an awe almost.
You're in a happy spot right now.
Yeah, I was. I felt that's a nice way of thinking about it. So with everything that you accomplished, what are you looking forward to do more of in the future?
Honestly, I don't know. It was funny because my when I started the Slingshot business, that was kind of a fluke, I would say. 2 years ago, we bought a building in Bridgman in 24. Bought a building. We had our gym at the other location, and it was gutted. I had to build it from the ground up. Took me about a year to build it. Once I built that, I was building that, running the business, and pressure washing at the same time. And I was just overwhelmed. And the kids playing sports. And I'm like, I'm done. I told Lacey, I said, hey, after we're done with this, we're done. No more projects. Yeah, whatever. I'm like, nope, no more projects. I completed December of 25. December 25, I completed that. July of last year, I'm online looking. I was getting ready to book our 10-year anniversary for Punta Cana. I'm like, okay. So I booked it. I'm like, okay, what can we do there? and I saw they had slingshots. I'm like, that looks fun, you know? And I took and looked at them. Then I was like, oh, these cool. So then my gears start spinning in my head, Googling them, YouTube, and this guy comes up. His name's Akeem from Atlanta. He's talking about slingshot rental businesses. I'm like, oh, you know, so I started doing more reading and stuff like that. And I ended up, my son was bothering me. He wanted a motorcycle. I'm like, you're not getting a motorcycle. Not going to happen. Just, you're not going to do it. Well, then he kept going. I was like, if I buy a slingshot, you can buy a motorcycle, whatever. Well, I started looking, I found one, and I was like, you know, I was like, well, I could tell the wife we can rent it out a couple times. It makes the payment. We have free. I'm gonna sell it to her, and I'm doing, you know, business research on it. So we found one. We went down to Georgia, picked it up, brought it up here, rented it out a couple times, and I was sick to my stomach. Like I was just like, you know, what are these people doing in my car, my personal one? Like they messed this thing up or whatever, you know? So I'm like, I don't know about this. So I started doing more research. Well, the company originally came back to me for insurance for commercial, because I was under the impression you can use your car insurance. No, you can't.
Wow.
Because it's a power sport.
Okay.
So your car insurance doesn't cover like if you rented a car. So I ended up talking to this company. They're like, yeah, you're $1,500 a month per car. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I can't make money on that. So I'm researching. And there's only a couple of companies out there where I came across Polaris. They had a thing called Outfitters, Polaris Outfitters. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll check this out. So I started filling the stuff out, end up talking to them. They're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. Sent a guy out. We talked about, hey, you know, this is what my plan is, this and that. I'm going to put up a garage and we can store them. He's like, all right, sounds good. I had to sign an NDA. We ended up the following week. Well, the wife's like, hey, why is Polaris at the gym? Like, what are you talking about? Well, I saw him on the camera, a guy in a Polaris. I'm like, oh, nothing. She's like, what are you doing? What are you scheming up? And I said, oh, nothing. She's like, okay, well, I signed my contract with Polaris in September. And I said, hey, we're going to Minneapolis in October. For what? I said, oh, we could do our onboarding training. For what? I said, oh, we're partners with Polaris now. We're going to be partners with Slingshots with them. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well,
I thought you were done.
That's what she said. She said, I thought you were done. No more projects. I said, oh, it'll be fine. We're going to build a garage on the property behind us. We're cool. And well, come to find out, so he's like, you can't build something on there because you have to have retention pond and all that. I'm like, oh, that's great. Now
Another roadblock.
Yeah, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So now I got to find where to put 3 slingshots. I got mine, so 4 of them. So now I'm trying to think, oh crap, I just signed a contract.
That's what I was thinking.
I got 3 cars coming. What are we gonna do? And a guy that I pressure washed for, he owned the property next to my gym, a building in 2 spaces. Started talking with him. Told the wife, I'm like, hey, we're buying property in a building. For what? I said, well, we need a place to put slingshots. And she's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. And this is happening within 2 months. From researching to buying the property was 2 months. It's a little over 6 weeks.
I was just thinking that.
It was 8 to 10 weeks or whatever. But I ended up buying the property, and it is 10 times worse than the building for our gym. I mean, the building's been vacant for 40 years, so it's bad or whatever. So that all kind of happened really, really quickly. The slingshot stuff. My thought was, it's something new to the area. And I thought it was unique. So for me, my future is, okay, I want to add on to our gym, another expansion onto that, and then I'm done. And she's like, well, you're going to have to sign like a contract that says I will not do any other business.
Wait a minute. So she's making you sign a contract.
Yeah, she's like, you're not doing nothing else. She's like, you're going to do something else. I'm like, no, we're looking, I can expand Slingshots with like renting e-bikes and stuff like that or whatever. But for me, I'm trying for our future. I never worked jobs where I could build a retirement. So now I have assets. I have 5 pieces of property, 2 buildings, 3 businesses. That way they're for future. And that's kind of the way I told her. I'm like, well, she's like, you can't keep making businesses. I was like, well, we need to have for taxes. I got to have losses. I mean, this business here and this business here or whatever. I'm like, the more businesses we have, the more losses we have, the better we offer in taxes. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's the way it works in my head.
Good job. Good way to sell that one.
But yeah. And then she's like, so you lied to me the whole time. I said, about what? You told me we're getting the car to rent it, not to keep it for us. I'm like, well, I don't feel comfortable people driving my car, so I bought 3 other ones.
So to go back on how you just said that, did your son get his motorcycle? Because you said, I was gonna say, because you said you get one of those.
As soon as I got my thing, he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get one. I'm like, no. You were hounding me for 6 weeks about this. He ended up getting his motorcycle, but he really don't drive it much. Like I told him, I said, you're not gonna drive it much. You're just gonna sit and you collect dust and you're this and that. But yeah, he has it, and he just moved to Mishawaka. So for him to get his bike, he's got to come here. No. A long time ago, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand that.
Slingshots are nice. Look, if you're in a bigger protected area, but motorcycle, I'm like, it's just not me. I'm not young like that.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's kind of cool though. Out of whim, he rents one, gets one, and he does like, I don't want people to drive this.
Oh man, I was like, I couldn't sleep at night. I kept checking the GPS. I'm like, where's my car at? Where's my car at? And to me, it's like, you don't realize, like, when something that you like cherish, worked hard for,
definitely.
And then someone else, because we all know we've lent tools or something to somebody, and when we've gotten it back, it's like, what the heck?
If you get it back.
Yeah, if you get it
exactly.
back. If you're a mechanic, a 10mm socket or a wrench, they always steal those. But yeah, that's one thing that definitely, I would say that, I was very, very sick to myself until today. I've not rented mine out once. We've had all the cars rented out, and she's like, hey, people calling, you gonna rent yours? I'm like, no. I got money invested in my body. Look, it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
But here's the thing. She loves the car. When I got it, there was 2 different greens, and she's like, well, if you're gonna get one, it's got to be this green here. So that's the color of the building.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has the color of the building.
Same color or whatever. But she drives it all the time. I'll get a notification, Slingshot in motion, and I'll look. I'm like, why are you driving my car? Oh, I just felt like driving it. So she likes it.
Well, eventually everybody grows into something of an idea or an item, especially something like that. Yeah. After a while, you think, oh, this is a stupid idea. Why is he buying this? All of a sudden, she starts driving it, starts getting into it, get used to it, likes the wind and everything else, like a motorcycle, whatever. People think, I shouldn't have bought this. But once they start driving a little bit more,
you have to admit, they look really cool when you see somebody driving down the street, one of those things. You think, man.
I tell everybody, like, if you don't want attention, don't drive one of these.
Yeah.
Because they are going to flag all attention. You're going to get waves and pictures, and they are definitely attention drawers, especially when it comes to the motorcycle community. Typically, on motorcycles, you see them put a hand out, like a wave and stuff. You don't get that driving a Slingshot.
No.
There's certain demographic of riders that just hate them because they're considered as a motorcycle, but they're not.
Right.
I'm just so shocked that's considered a motorcycle, just because.
I think the reason being it's an auto cycle is what they call it, because it's a cross between a car and that. But having that rear belt driven tire, that's what considers it the motorcycle itself.
So we can start talking about it, go into the second half. So what are the dimensions on those things?
So it's about 14.5 feet long, and you're a little over 8 feet wide at the front. So a little over 8 feet wide at the front. The back is only about 3.5 foot, 4 foot, maybe, because how it comes in, it's like a big V. And they weigh 1,640 pounds. So they're really, really light.
Yeah.
With them. They got a 20-inch tire in the back, 18s in the front.
That's what I was going to ask, how big the tire in the back is.
Yeah, it's a 20. Has a the SL version has a 255 width, and then the R version, which is like the top of the model, That one's a 305, so
Okay.
it's the big fat tire on the back with that one there. So there's, there's 4 different models with the cars, and each one tiers up where it's upgraded radio or upgraded speakers, upgraded brakes, tuned higher, different front end, color combination. So they're definitely, you can get them in however
all
you
color,
want.
different colors.
Oh yeah. And every year they don't repeat the colors. So
really?
So like mine, the color of mine only came out in 23. Then the next year they came out with another green one, but it was just a different shade of it. So that's one thing with Polaris, they don't repeat the colors. Those the colors
I
made.
didn't know that.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah. So it makes it one of a kind. So you could kind of see when you see one driving, you're like, okay, that's a 2020, because it's that color like that.
Right.
But for the most part, they're pretty much the same with them.
We do have a question. How well do they drift?
Have you tried it yet?
On the record? They will go pretty well, especially if it's wet or loose gravel. Yeah, you got to be really careful with them. I know my son did tell me he took mine. He said, this car's not fast. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I had this thing, it wouldn't go any faster. I'm like, how fast were you going? He's like, I was like $130. I'm like, dude. Like, I don't even drive it that fast. The fastest I've had it was like 85, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, especially being on the highway.
That was my next question. How fast do those things go?
Well, they'll launch. If you got the R version, it'll do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds.
Oh, that's not that bad at all.
So
not bad
if
at
you
all.
can hook up the back tire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it has a 5-speed manual transmission, but it's electronically shifted. The R model has paddles, so you can put it in manual. Yeah, you can manually, or you can just keep it in the comfort mode. And it shifts like if you ever drove in a 4-wheeler or motorcycle, how high the RPMs are revving up. That's how it shifts.
Okay.
You can hit the red button on the console or the steering, and it will put it in slingshot mode, which changes the shift points towards more of aggressive shifting. So it'll shift like a normal car, but just a little more aggressive with it. So they definitely it can move.
I bet.
How fast has your wife gone?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Do you want to ask her? Do you really want to know the answer to it?
Well, I know how she drives in my Tesla. She's, because that car, you don't even realize how fast you're going.
Yes.
You're going, and then all of a sudden you look down and you're like 90. And she's been in over 90 in mine.
Yeah.
So I'd say she's probably been in 80, 90. Oh yeah. I mean, my daughter told me, Mommy's driving fast. I'm like, what are you doing? I never got a number, but
actually, how you said those Teslas, I actually, when I'm in Vegas, I got picked up one with an Uber, and I was thinking, these are kind of nice. Actually, at first, you guys are gonna laugh at me, especially you, since you have one. He says, "Get in."
Where's the door?
Yeah. How? He says, grab the door handle. I said, what door handle? He said, touched by the door where the door handle would be.
Yeah.
I went, oh, that's kind of cool. Then he got on the highway. He said, sit back. It's going to pick up a little bit. And poof, I mean, it did. It pushes you back in that seat. And he was doing about 90. It does.
You don't even feel it.
Yeah, you didn't even feel it.
You don't feel the engine.
But it did push you back a little bit, though.
Oh, they will. And then that's kind of like the Slingshot. Depending on how you press the pedal, you're going to get a different result. Something like you kind of ease it, baby. It's not bad. If you kind of give firm pressure, second gear pulls so hard before you know it, you're in fourth gear. Like second gear is a very quick gear to where it'll hit third and then you're already up to fourth gear in it. So it goes quick. And I always tell people, second gear pulls hard, 21 to 28 miles an hour. It's going to throw you back in the seat. Oh, okay. They get back. I'm like, I was second gear. Like, man, that thing hit hard. I mean, you can spin the tires in fourth gear.
Wow.
Yeah. But those tires burn very, very quickly. Very quickly.
So I often have to get new tires.
Well, what's the one car I had to get this year out of all my rentals, I had one bad situation. One that I should have took a deposit and I didn't. I had a kid from Kalamazoo hit me up on TikTok because we post on TikTok looking for a rental. Come down, clean cut, a good guy.
Yeah.
Picks up the car. Got any problems? Call me. I said I go to bed at 8 o'clock. I get up at 2:30 every morning. So if you call me after 8, you're probably not going to get to me. He calls me at 8:05. Hey, this thing, transmission's not shifting. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, it won't shift out of first. I'm like, it's impossible. I said, car has 700 miles on it. Nope. I said, send me a video. Sends me a video. It's not. I'm like, all right, well, I have to find a trailer. So I rented a trailer. We got to Kalamazoo downtown on Portage Avenue is where the car was parked.
Oh, wow.
Right there off West Nick down West Assistant, Michigan, I think it is. So get down there about 11:30 at night. He's not there. Car's sitting on the side of the road. I go to walk up and tires smoked. It looked like somebody was getting ready to do a drag where they would get them warm because the rubber on the tread was just peeling off.
Oh, wow.
And all up the back side of it, there was chunks of rubber. I was furious.
Oh, I bet.
I went from like, like quick. Guy gets out of the car, someone drops him off. And before he even steps out the door, I'm like in his face. I'm like, well, what's your problem, dude? What are you talking about? Like, dude, you smoked my tire. I didn't do that. I'm like, yeah, you did. I said, you probably smoked the transmission. I didn't do anything. Like, dude, the car has 700 miles on it. I took a picture with you standing by the back tire.
You can tell.
I can tell. I'm like, dude, you could smell rubber. Well, I got on it once. I'm like, yeah. And then is that when the transmission stopped shifting? And I'm like, yeah. So I get in the car, look on the diagnostics. It says an ECU unit failure. My mechanics kick in, start doing research and whatever. And it's in the computer, the transmission basically went in limp mode because what I'm thinking is he was smoking it, caught traction. Computer didn't know how fast he was going or what gear it should be in, and then shut it down for the most part. Yeah. So, and luckily I bought a couple tires before the season started. So the guy took in, I had another car in the trailer. I'm like, dude, if you screw this car up, I'm like, it's not going to be good.
You gave him another car?
I know I should.
Wait a minute.
I know.
You brought him another one?
Because in my mind, in the beginning, hey, the transmission shot. Man. I have to flip it out is my thought, So I should have just swapped cars and drove the car back. But he brought it back the next day. This is where it gets crazy. So they're coming back. He calls me, hey, we'll be there by 7. All right, cool. He pulls up. And then there's a Chrysler 300, older one, like a 2003, that first body style, like the Bentley.
Yeah.
He pulls up. He drives by me, reeking of weed. I mean, it was horrible. They turn around, park. I go to walk up. It hits me like, oh, dude, like, come on. You're in an open air car. Start getting closer. 2 handguns sitting on the console.
No.
Cash all over on the console and the floor. Don't even look like the guy that I saw that night. Totally different. Like
what?
Completely changed. Like, so the guy goes to get out of the passenger side, stuffing cash in his pockets. He puts one gun behind his back. He pulls the other one up, like a Glock with extended mag. He's got my charger hooked. I was like, dude, you ain't taking my charger. And I'm like, dude, why are you saying this? He got a gun in his hand. I was like, you could take my Five Below charger, whatever. But the kid act like nothing ever happened. I'm like, he's like, yeah, so can I rent it next week? I'm like, I'm booked next week or whatever. Went to hit his card. He locked his card out. So it cost me $600 for a new tire. So
I hate cards like that too.
I think it was a chime card.
Yeah.
Chime card.
Yeah, you can do that on those chime
so
cards.
now I don't do those no more because I got hit for $600 for that. And then last week the kid had the nerve to ask, hey, can I book one? I'm like, nope. I'm like, dude, you owe me $600. And then he stopped like for that there or whatever. So I learned my lesson.
Definitely.
On that there. And the clients, I mean, I've had clients from all walk of life.
Man,
sounds like it.
The worst one ever.
Yeah.
Worst client ever. Holy, wow.
But I don't know if I would even said anything about the charger, knowing like
I wasn't even thinking.
Knowing what I saw.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah.
I've been in those situations before in my life.
Yeah, well,
choose your words wise.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
He's like, because he's like, oh, bro, my bad. I'm like, it's all good.
That's all you had to say?
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, and at the tire, I was like, you didn't burn this tire up, did you? No. And he didn't, luckily.
Well,
I'm thinking for me getting in his ass the night before, I'm like, dude, this dude's gonna come and shoot me.
Oh man,
I'm like, this ain't cool.
The thing that I'm more shocked about was he had the balls to ask to rent it again, knowing he owes you money.
Yeah, no conscience whatsoever.
No, and I'm like,
maybe he just forgot about it.
And I'll tell you, after that happened, I'm like, what did I get myself into? Like,
yeah,
because I've never been in the rental business. I've never worked in the rental business. I don't know what to expect. And I've had about 12 rentals up until this point, and they were all smooth transactions to come in, give me the deposit, they pay for it, they sign it, take pictures, they're on their way, they come back. Everything's good. Everything's good, and then, I had one guy bend a wheel. He hit a pothole, bent a wheel. I'm sorry, go ahead. I charged him and we were good, But yeah, that one there, I'm like, so
I a hell of a pothole.
Kalamazoo. He actually sent me a text. He said, can you send me the invoice because Kalamazoo is going to reimburse me for the thing? Well, then last week I get a letter in the mail from Kalamazoo department or the police or whatever, Department of Public Safety.
Yeah.
Just basically a warning that my car was part of a block party, that they closed the road down and the blaring music. And I'm like, oh, great. They're like, if this car is seen again, it will be impounded. And I'm like, all right, so we're not going to rent the Kalamazoo anymore.
Wow.
Like, I took a picture of it, sent it to the kid. I'm like, hey, dude, I understand you want to go out and have fun, but you can't get my vehicle like infested in these shutting down roads and having a block party. Just can't do that.
So actually, I can ask that question in the second half. I'll ask this question though. With the two people that has happened to that, what is your mindset when stuff like that happens? When someone calls you and said, hey, something happened to that, or is your body like, oh shit?
Yeah. My greatest fear is someone getting in an accident.
Yeah.
That is probably my greatest fear, because I don't think people realize how fast these cars are and how it's like a motorcycle in the sense of, you're cruising on your bike and at a split second, something can happen.
Yeah.
I had a brother a couple years ago that he got killed. He semi turned into him. And that stuff scares me. And that's when someone calls and they're like, the bent wheel, he didn't even tell me. When he got back, I walked around it. I'm like, hey, you hit something? No. I'm like, yeah, you did. Oh, like that. But the guy at the transmission, my first thought was like, I got to go to Kalamazoo. I got to get a trailer. How long am I going to be down for? It can cost me a week or two of revenue.
Yeah.
So stuff like that definitely opened my eyes up, because before I think I was kind of blind to it. Like, I know it's a big deal during training. You're going to have stolen vehicles, wrecked vehicles, bent tires, smoke wheels,
all kinds of things.
They're like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're always going to have a car down. And I'm thinking, in my area, it ain't going to happen. No, it does happen. So that's where I was kind of, but now I'm at the point where, because I tell people cash deposit, and that I explain how it works. It's, we do a deposit of $1,500. If you do our upgraded insurance, it's $750. You bring the cash, I hold on to it. You bring the car back, no damage. I'm handing the cash right back to you. I'm like, and I tell them I have a tire that's smoked. I'm like, this is what the tire is not supposed to look like. If it looks like this is how much it's going to cost you. You hit a pothole, this is what this wheel is going to look like. So I showed them like, hey, the front end's $3,500. Like, these cars are not cheap. So I don't try to scare them, but I try to reinforce like, hey, be smart, have fun, be safe.
Yeah.
I want you guys to have fun, but at the same time, just be cautious of this is what can happen or whatever. So that's probably
this is not your vehicle.
That's what I tell people. And my personal one, when I had that, I told them this is my personal and stuff. They took care of it. So it's almost like, do I lie? Like, hey, these are all my personal vehicles.
I would say that.
My daily drivers.
Well, technically they are your vehicles.
Yeah.
So, but
and I tried to explain to people, most people are good and they just want to have a good time. But you have those people that just
don't care.
They don't care. They're like, I'm spending this money and I'm gonna do this. And it's like, so I figure 1 out of every 10, 20 rides, I'm probably gonna have a mess up. But it is what it is. It's a cost of doing business.
Let me guess, these are probably all younger kids.
Early 20s.
Early 20s, yeah.
So I had it 21 was my minimum. I just bumped it to 25.
Yeah.
Yep.
But just like they do for rental cars.
Mm-hmm.
So 25 years old.
Yep.
Their brains not developed until 25.
I mean, you got some adults too.
Yeah. What? Well, the shoe fits.
We all like to
I don't wear shoes, so it's okay.
We all like to have fun.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
that's the one thing though, is I think people don't realize. And I tell them, like, this isn't a toy, or a car.
Yeah.
I'm like, this thing can get you hurt.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't try to scare, but I just try to
just to inform them. Just being informed is the best way to go, because that thing is open.
Yeah.
And lots of things can happen with a vehicle like that.
And they watch a video when you sign up.
You make them watch a video.
Yeah,
too?
when you register for it, you get an email to do your waiver.
Yeah.
And in the waiver, it talks about everything. Like, you're checking every box. And most people, even us, we just like, all right, let's just get this done. They don't read.
Right.
But there's a video that tells them how to get into the car, how to start the car, how to use the radio. But I go over all that with them too. And then I ask, you have questions? And if they have that look like a deer in headlights, I'm like, what's your question? You look confused.
There you go.
Yeah, like, I want to make sure you're comfortable, because if you're not comfortable, it's not going to be pretty.
Right. All right, we're going to take a small break. All right, guys.
All right. So
My fault.
I do have a lot of questions now, because I always like to save them for the top of the hour. My question to actually start off: you're downtown Richmond. You have them all parked in front.
Yep.
So my next question after that now is, how much is it to rent one of those?
So
I don't hear him.
Okay.
What
about now? Gotcha.
Okay. So we have a variety of times. So we do 2 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour, and 24 hour, and multi-day. We get some people that just want to try it for a couple hours, and then we got some people that want to have it for a couple days. So 2 hours, $150. 4 hours, $225. 8 hours is $300. $350 for 24 hours, and if you do a multi-day, it goes to $275 a day.
Okay.
Comes with standard insurance. That's the $1,500 deductible. Basically, if something happens, you're liable up to $1,500. We have the upgraded insurance for $30, where it'll drop that deductible to $750.
Okay.
We have an R model, which is our red and blue, looks like Spider-Man. That one's just $25 more, whichever tier you pick. Yeah. For that one.
Huh.
You need to fix this mic a little bit more, because I didn't hear him.
You didn't hear a word?
I heard him because I'm looking at him, but I don't hear him on the mic. But so,
what about that?
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Okay, I had your headphones off. Sorry, you didn't need to hear everything.
So, why are some costs different than others? Just because of the model, or?
I would say the reason why I do it is to think of it as you have a Chevy LT and LTZ.
Okay.
Okay.
You got the middle of the line and you got top of the line.
Right.
Just something, if you want to experience something that has more features, more aggressive, with that one there, bigger, it's a premium product.
Oh, definitely.
So since people really don't know, I can ask all these stupid questions that make me sound really dumb, but
it gives them, it informs them too.
It does. So where's the
want to rent one?
Where's the engine at?
It's in the front.
It's in the front still.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 4-cylinder 2.0 Pro Star engine. Players has those in their Pro R side by side too.
Oh, there's that word again.
Yeah.
But it really is side by side.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a 2.0 4-cylinder with a 5-speed manual transmission.
Okay.
The SSL models have 178 horsepower, and then your SLR, R, and there's like Signature Edition. Those have 204 horsepower.
Okay.
It's just a tune that bumps up the horsepower on it.
So the most you're spending for 4 hours for the lowest grade one,
Be $225 plus tax.
$225 plus tax.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really bad.
That's what I tell people, and it's funny because I joke. They're like, "Man, that's not a bad price." I'm like, "You could pay more."
Yeah.
I always tell people that when I work at Ace, they said, "Yeah, I didn't think it was going to cost that much." I said, "Well, you can give me the difference if you really want to."
Yeah. At least you can usually tell someone's sense of humor out of that.
My question is, how good is the gas mileage?
28 to 30 miles per gallon.
Okay.
It just depends on how fast you drive. They got it's about a 10-gallon tank in them, so you're getting around the 300 miles mark on them.
Yeah.
Premium gas. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So right now it's not the cheapest.
Right. I can imagine.
$55 to $60 to fill it up, just depending on or whatever. But you can get in a day. I have people that's taken a multi-day and they've only done half a tank to 3/4 of a tank of gas.
So they pay for the gas, and do they have to fill it up when they bring it back?
Yeah. So when it leaves, it's full tank of gas. They just have to. They can, when you're booking it, you can click a button where Carefree, where whatever the dollar value is, I'll charge to fill it up. So they drop it off and I'll go fill it up. Or most people just fill it up when they bring it back. Yeah.
What's the normal rate? How many times you rent one out?
What do you mean?
I mean, you only have 4, so are you always all 4 always out?
It's weird because some days I'll have all 3 out. There's some days I'll have 2 out. There's some days I'll have 1 out. It just kind of depends on how warm it is. With April being rainy.
Yeah.
Half of May was rainy, and I think we did 18 rentals in May. It's as bad as rainy it was.
Still not bad. A month. And
then in June, last month, we had 22 rentals. We had some people that did multi-day, so they had to get it Friday to Sunday.
Right.
So we had a few people that would do stuff like that. So it just depends, like yesterday we were getting ready for the parade, and I'm like, man, it sucks. We're not going to I had all the cars out but one, and for the parade. And I'm like, it sucks. We're hoping to get a rental. Well, then we're getting ready to go line up for the parade, and my phone goes off. You have a new reservation. I'm like, shit. So now I got to go. And so we rented one out yesterday, and I had a couple out on Thursday. So it just, weather really depends on the calls.
That's the big factor right there.
Weather, we do offer a Sensible Weather, which is a weather insurance. It's a third-party company where it can, they use all the data where they can project what precipitation will be on a certain day. And it's like travel insurance. You pay for it. And if it rains for a period of time on your ride, you'll get reimbursed the money back minus the fee itself.
Okay.
So it is nice because, there's in Michigan, there's days that it'll just pop up and rain out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Especially being next to the lake. We had it happen a couple Sundays ago.
Yeah.
It was supposed to rain at 5 and they were going to be done at 3 and it rained at 2. So it's like, what's the odds of that?
No offense, like last Friday, our 4th of July weekend, that Friday, no one knew that the storm was going to be that severe.
Yeah.
And that kind of hurricane winds and everything else. No one ever knew it was going to be like that.
Yeah.
People, they're going to get a thunderstorm. No, that was
Yeah. So that's the one thing with this business is you're reliant on the weather.
Okay.
And I didn't, with all the rain we had this spring, it's like, gosh, give me a break. So I'm hoping when it goes into September, October, November, we'll have cooler temperatures, but it's not going to be, for people to cruise and see the Leafs and all that.
Oh, that's always cool right there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We'll be one of those down.
Go Red Arrow Highway up Blue Star Highway.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cruise and stuff like that.
Are you the only place around here that rents?
Yes.
Oh, you got the cornerstone of the market.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some people that have personal ones like on Turo and stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is they don't have the proper insurance. They don't have the backing that I have. I'm a Polaris Outfitters elite outfitter where I'm like the top tier for renters, where I have the backing of the manufacturer. I had someone on Facebook from Chicago, someone coming in, I told them the price. The guy's like, hey, they're not a real renter. I know a real renter. And this is in Chicago. I'm like, well, there's nobody in Chicago that's a Polaris Outfitter. And I'm like,
no, not so fast.
I told the guy, I'm like, hey, don't let them tell you that your insurance will work, because it won't. car insurance doesn't cover a power sports. Even if you had motorcycle insurance, it's not going to cover because of what it is. And I said, we got the back, and anything happens, we're going to protect you. I said, but it's your decision, So that's
right.
There are some people out there you'll see on Facebook Marketplace or these different groups.
Okay, so that's why I was asking that, because I swear I don't know if they still are open, but I swear there was a place in almost New Buffalo, but
Michigan City, there was a guy in Toro that was doing one.
It's before Michigan City. What's that? Grand Beach area.
Oh, okay.
So like the great there by almost on the border, but I didn't know if he was still open or not. I swear I saw some out there, but
yeah, there's people that you can tell, like, they do a Turo, and I've had people asking, well, why don't you rent a Turo? I'm like, because they take all of your money, and it's just not good business practice, through those guys or whatever. But yeah, there was a guy in Michigan City that was doing, I think he had one. I don't know if he's still doing it. Another outfitter's up in Traverse City. There's one that's a Polaris guy. Used to be one out in Detroit, but they had too many thefts. They were getting stolen. So they shut them down. I had like 6 stolen in 2-month period.
Wow.
Come to find out, when they would rent them out, they would have, because we can track them, they would send somebody to go where the car was, and the car would disappear. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Happened in Chicago too.
Yeah.
Yep. Where they were stripping them and selling them for parts.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with the agreement, the contract you have, what if me and him went to go rent one? What's in the contract that's like we're reliable for?
Pretty much, I have a little card. It's almost the size of a debit card. So any damage over the size of a debit card, you're liable for. So like if you get a little rock chip, it is what it is. But if you run into a chain link fence, or you scratch up the whole side,
there, very noticeable.
Yeah, you do that, or you curb it and you bend the structural frame up front, or you crack the plastic on the front end. You take and put diesel fuel in the car.
What the hell put diesel fuel in the car?
You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed.
Surprised, man.
You'll be amazed how many people would do it. You'll be if you took and smoked the tires. If a tire got a hole in it, just your normal everyday stuff like that.
We're reliable for, or
yes,
okay.
Yeah, only up to $1,500. So say you guys are cruising, someone sideswipes you, totals the car, all you're paying is $1,500. You're not paying anything out of that. Yeah. So, if you do the upgrade insurance, it's $750.
Right.
You hit a pothole, you bend the wheel, you pop the tire. That's about that $750 mark is about how much that is or whatever. So, so anything above a like a credit card, stuff like that.
What is the biggest misconception between the Slingshot and other brands?
I'd say probably the big thing, just because there's a couple other companies that do our 3-wheel. People think that they drive the same. And interiors and our stuff are completely different. There's one company, I think it's a T-Rex. I don't remember the name of it. One of the first original trikes that came out, or the 3-wheelers that came out back in, I think, early 2000s or whatever. Those things are like really futuristic looking things. I'd say probably like the engines they put in them. Then really when it comes down to it would be like the warranty on them, things like that. The only competitor that I'd say that there is with the Slingshot is the Vanderhals. Have you ever seen those?
No.
So they're really narrow. They got 2 wheels on the front, but they're really tucked in close together, real narrow, almost look like a bullet. And then one single
I think I have. I think
they're very unique and different. They almost look like a big canoe, whatever, the way that it's shaped or whatever. That's one of the biggest, but Vanderhals are like kind of geared towards more like luxury.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The styling on them, where with the Slingshots, it's just more of, you can't afford an exotic. Here you go. You can't buy a Corvette, you buy a Slingshot. I mean, it's a mixture of a car, an exotic, and a motorcycle. It's built like a car, performance like an exotic because the way it handles, and then the motorcycle aspect of it, tracking along with it.
I just can't see how it's considered a motorcycle.
It's just that belt-driven rear wheel. Yeah, they just kits you can convert them to four wheels. There's kits out there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They're pretty cool. They make it kind of look like an Indy car. Then when it looks like that,
Didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a conversion kit. People stretch them. 4-seaters, 6-seaters, stuff like that.
Really? You can do that too?
Yeah, you can stretch them. It voids the warranty, and it's hard to get them insured.
Yeah.
If once you start cutting that frame and stretching them, you're not. It's gonna be hard to get insurance on one of them.
Wow.
It'd be like a dune buggy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, people's put big paddle tires on them and went like a sand rail.
Yeah. That's not saying all it is be a big giant dune buggy then.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
I wouldn't want to do that.
You wouldn't do that?
No, but I like how they look.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, it's crazy the stuff that you can do to these cars. I mean, you can turn a car into $100,000 rolling machine if you want to. Killer sound systems, lighting kits, styling. It's a big rabbit hole that I'm starting to fall down into.
But your wife said no more stuff.
Well, she don't mind when I upgrade it. She just looks cooler in it.
Do you have to wear glasses or goggles when you ride these things?
State law, you do not.
Yeah.
State law, but with rental, we're required to give you helmets.
Okay.
I think it looks stupid people wearing helmets in those things.
I would tell you two things because I've drove to Grand Rapids, Granville area. I've drove to Kalamazoo, drove to Mishawaka, Michigan City, Grand Rapids area was probably my furthest. Taking Blue Star to 96.
Yeah. On
the highway, you definitely if you get caught in rain, you definitely want a helmet on.
That. That's slick right there.
You know we were in San Antonio for a players meetup, and we did a slingshot tour down in San Antonio with one of the outfitters down there. And we had to wear helmets because it's part of the agreement or whatever. But we got caught in a rainstorm, and I'm glad I had a helmet on because getting pelted in the face.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't realize that when you drive in a car or a truck or something.
It feels like bee stings in the face.
Yeah.
It's just like it is not a fun feeling.
I can agree with that.
Are they?
Me and Scott can agree with that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Shit hurts when I'm doing 60.
Oh, dude, it's horrible.
I can imagine.
I normally tell people, like I said, in the contract you're signing and saying I will wear a helmet, blah blah blah, and I tell them, you put it on when you leave here. When you do what you do, it's on you. I mean, we're all adults here. The only problem is what people don't realize when you don't wear a helmet, even with your regular motorcycle, that insurance companies, if you have a head injury, they don't have to cover you if they don't because you're not wearing a helmet. Yeah.
Is that true, Scott?
So
that's just,
because I had a guy that from my gym that he was like, hey, I don't know about this. I have to wear a helmet and blah blah blah. And I'm like, listen, dude. I have to give you one. You need to wear it when you leave here. I said, but if you don't wear it, you're basically voiding all insurance with us because you're going against what you said you'll do.
Right.
And I even went on Google and started Googling it, and it said that insurance companies, you get a bad head injury, they don't necessarily have to cover up to a certain, like if they're covering up to this dollar, they don't have to go any higher.
Right.
So there's a lot of things you got to be careful.
Yeah.
So
I'm just picturing getting an car accident, grab my helmet, put it on me. Hurry up before the cops get you. Grab the helmet.
Yeah. But that's like, so.
Sir, why is your head bleeding?
I hit my helmet.
As your helmet's all shiny.
No scratches whatsoever.
Oh, screw that. Scuff it up a little bit. Well, I can see people even do that though.
Oh yeah. The question I was going to ask you: are those waterproof on the inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are waterproof.
Yeah.
They have marine grade interior or seats, and then in the floorboards underneath the seat, there's holes for the water to run off. And on top of the dash, there's holes where water will run down in.
Yeah.
So when I wash them, I'll just hose them down, soap them. Yeah. So that was the one thing people ask me, well, can they get wet? I'm like, yeah, they can get wet. I mean,
it's open.
Yeah. It's like a side by side.
Yeah. It's like a Jeep. People with Jeeps, no one ever thinks with the tops off, you can really get those wet inside.
Yeah.
I always thought about that too.
Yeah, the doors.
If you get caught in the rain in the Jeep or something like that,
they'll
They
dry.
have the flooring they have in them, and then the seats that
Yep.
they have to where they don't. They're like an anti-mac for the fungus and all that.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when I rented a Jeep when I was in Hawaii, because I love Jeeps. I can't afford one here. I said, screw it, I'm gonna rent one.
Yeah.
Started renting one with my daughter. We took the top off right away, got everything. First thing, we were enjoying it and everything else. Forgot to put the top back on when we parked it.
Monsoon.
No. Bird shit everywhere.
Oh yeah. That's one thing that I'd say I hate is when I have them parked on the road for display.
Yes.
You'll get bird shit on
Yes.
Seats, everything.
steering wheel, console. I'm like, really, guys? Out of all things.
Or they sit on it because they see the bars.
Yeah.
So they sit on the bar just because they think it's like a tree limb or something. So yes.
Yeah.
It did suck. I guess my daughter said, "Yeah, we've
duly noted."
My daughter said, "Dad, we've got to put the thing back up." What do you mean? There's bird shit everywhere. I went, "Oh, I just parked in the wrong spot, I guess."
Right by the berry tree.
Yeah. I did actually park underneath the tree just because we wanted shade because we're not going to put the top back up or anything.
No, seats get hot, probably.
The steering wheel got hot.
Yeah.
The steering wheel and the dash and everything else is still the same kind of console. But yeah, it's the same kind of marine base type floor mats and everything else. So
and they sell so many aftermarket accessories. Like with ours, we ordered a couple months ago a top. Put a top on it, and you can take the canvas off, so you have that open air fill still.
Yeah.
But when it gets extremely hot, you can throw the top back on to where you get a little shade from the elements, or you get caught in the rain, stuff like that too.
Now, do you have any storage compartments in there? Like,
behind the seats, there's a storage compartment behind each seat. You can put the helmet. We stock the helmets in there for everybody, and then you have a center console and then a glove box. It can support up to like 5 pounds worth of stuff.
All right.
So you can definitely put. We've taken ours to Walmart. We had to go pick up a grocery order, and we stuff it.
Put it right in the back. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
All right.
I have to ask this question because with my daughter, how does your kids love you owning a business like this?
They hate it and they love it.
They hate it and they love it. Why they hate it?
They hate it because everyone at school asks them so many questions.
Oh.
Especially Lacey with her being a bodybuilder. Like, man, your mom is jacked, or I bet your mom's stronger than the Hulk. Like, and my daughter's like, Dad, what are we gonna do with mommy? I'm like, you tell your mom. I don't know. Slingshots. So the first time that we drove in the fall, we had parked at home, and we would ever take the kids to school.
Yeah.
So we would take and drive. The elementary is right behind our house, so we would drop them off, and they're like, "Man, kids at school think we're rich because we got all these slingshots and this and that." I'm like, it's good, but I think they love the attention of it.
Yeah.
When you get some kids that are just,
jealous
buttheads.
Oh yeah,
jealous.
And it's like, especially with the gym, but now that we have the slingshots, it's like, oh yeah.
Well, it's not, I can't say really jealousy either, or it's just the kids will be kids on that one, but it's not like you can rent these. I mean, have these kids drive these all the time, or they're not showing up in them all the time and dropping them off in them and say, yeah, see ya, and pull up in a different one next day. I mean, you are renting these. It is a business. You don't want to ruin the ones that you are renting out. So
no, and we're really technically not supposed to drive them that much, because every time if I personally drive it, I have to check it out like I'm a reservation, because otherwise the insurance doesn't cover it. So because with the different insurances and stuff. So like if I take it to go take it to an event, I'll book it out under my name for that short period of time. Or if we're just, moving it back and forth. So there's stuff to them where I have to kind of be a little cautious on it, especially if I were to get in an accident and I'm not having it booked out or whatever, or I have one of the kids in the car and I don't have their waiver signed for them in the car and something happened. So I typically try to just have them, in our car, our personal one or whatever.
So you have to fill out, if you're driving that, you have to go through all the procedures.
Same as everyone
else.
It's just I don't pay.
Yeah.
I I mean, I'm paying. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm paying with everything else, but yeah, I go through the same procedures to cover me in case anything happens. Like I have a friend of mine that he lives across the street from the gym, and he does all my mowing at the gyms for me in the house, wherever. Today was his anniversary, so you know, I gave him a car for his anniversary, so I go in, book it out as a, put him in as an employee, so you know, there's no charge and stuff on it.
Wait a minute, if you're an employee, you get to ride them?
Oh, yeah, I give discounts to all my gym members. They all get 10% discount.
Oh, really?
Well, that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
A perk.
That's kind of bonus to even what you guys have and all the businesses.
Yeah, it's funny because when people come to the gym, because you know we have a golf simulator in there and a bunch of other stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you got that?" And they're like, "Who owns the cars next door?" I'm like, "I do." What don't you do? Because I have our pressure washing stuff. I'm like, I can cover you.
Man of many talents.
I'm like, I can get you fit.
Wait, just a minute.
Date night or clean your house.
Wait a minute. Let me go change my hat for a minute. All right, this is my business I have right now. Yeah, you want press washer? I got this one over here.
So, yeah.
Wait. Yes, I rent those right there. You can have that right now.
Oh, it's funny because all my members are like, I don't know how you do it. How do you juggle so many different things? I'm like, I just do it. Like,
you're a multitasker.
Yeah, sometimes it's bad, but you know, it's like, I don't know. I like to stay busy. That's my thing. I'll say what probably triggered me to go crazy with it or whatever. I think it was about 9 years ago. My dad passed away, and when he passed away, it was my outlet. My outlet was, if I work, I don't think about it.
Right.
I don't dwell. I just kind of push and just kept going or whatever, you know.
Yeah. So, you'd be surprised if you keep yourself busy, the things that you don't have time to think about.
No.
Things like that.
In the moment that I sit down and I start to think, something new comes up.
Yeah.
It could be, hey, I need to do the charge account for the gym. Or, hey, I need to go wash the cars. Oh, crap, we need to order parts for the pressure washers. Or, oh, the kids got gymnastics, or we got baseball, or we got this. So I constantly just keep myself, and I'm always looking at opportunity.
Your wife must really hate that when you just sit down and just stare at something. She's probably getting nervous.
Oh, yeah.
She's thinking about a new business.
He's thinking of something right now.
It's funny. What's funny about it is my kids. My kids are at the point where I just laugh. And I saw something. We were at a softball tournament in Dowagiac, and they had someone out there making dirty sodas. Have you seen those?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I brought a soda. We've had
do them there. Okay, cool. So they had all the syrups and that and that. And I'm like, I said, hey, Luna. She said, yeah. I said, instead of selling lemonade at the outside the gym, what about we do dirty sodas? She's like, all you think about is money. She's like, can you ever not think about money? I'm like, you don't think that would be a good idea? Well, yeah. And I'm like, why not? I'm like, I bet you make more money doing that than lemonade. Yeah. And then my youngest, he's like, Dad, you're not going to use us to make money. I'm like, come on, kids.
How old are your kids?
My daughter just turned 10 and my son will be 8. And then I got a 20-year-old son and then a stepdaughter at 7.
Your son, that's 20. Is he going down the same rabbit holes that you do?
No, he's this generation. I thought there was no hope for him. Because video work, and then he did work, and it's video games, Madden and all those he played, and then I got him into the apprenticeship program for the electrician down in South Bend, and he's actually really surprised me. He works hard. He bought an apartment. He's taking care of himself, and now he's like, Dad, I know why now you are so hard on me about you need to do this.
He gets it now.
He gets it, and I was like, I wasn't doing it to be a jerk. I was trying to get you to start thinking differently, because everybody, when I asked, hey, Dad, this doesn't work. Well, have you tried to fix it? Well, no. So why are you coming to me? Well, because you can fix it. I'm like, have you Googled it? Well, why would I Google it? I'm like, so you can learn. Now, my son was hard about it. As soon as I said, hey, did you try to figure out? No, Dad, I didn't go on Google. I didn't go on YouTube. figure out. I didn't want to waste my time. I figured I'd just have. And I'm like, seriously? So this morning I call him, just checking on him, and he said, like, yeah, my dryer's broke. It's not working. I was like, oh, what is it doing? It's like when I hit the button, it just beeps and it don't spin. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, what model is it? Or what's the make? This? I'm like, okay. I said, what's the model? Okay. He said, don't tell me you're on Google right now. Look. And I'm like, yep.
Problem solving.
I'm like, this is the stuff that I've tried that encouraged you guys. But my daughter's really good. We did a freeze-dried candy business with her a few years back.
Yeah.
And she, when she has problems, so she gets on her phone, she'll Google it and she'll say this and that. So I think she'll be one that will step into my footsteps. My other son, I don't know about him. He's kind of on the fence.
Still young on that one.
Still, yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's
It's
still
that 8-year-old mind.
But the 10-year-old, she's smart. She's really like focused on stuff. And I've like put into their heads, like, you know, that you got to do this. And if you never give up, you got to push yourself. You got to try, you know, before you ask for help, you have to put effort. That's the biggest thing. And that's kind of what I've told the people. And they're like, how do you do this stuff? I'm like, I just do it. Like, I want to learn stuff. Am I going to learn everything? No. Am I going to fail a lot? Yeah. But am I going to get some wins? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know, I might not make money at something. I've done stuff where I didn't make money, but I had passion. You know, I wasn't losing money. I was making enough to, you know, keep the self afloat. But it's like with the slingshots, it was risk. You know what I mean? I signed up. I got 3 cars. I bought 3 pieces of property in a building that I have to dump $100,000 into to fix it. And I'm doing majority of the work myself, like the last one. And I was terrified because I didn't get hardly any rentals my first month. And my guy was like, yeah, you're doing pretty good. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. I'm like, he's like, no, if you're getting, you know, what your numbers for a first timer, he's like, oh, that's great. But I do all my marketing and advertising. You know, I do my Google, my Facebook, TikTok. I do all of that.
Technically, that's how I found you.
Yeah. And that's how I do all my stuff. That's how I've done for all my businesses. I haven't hired nobody because being a business owner, you get to a point where you can't trust people to do stuff the way you want it done.
Yeah.
They will cut corners and they won't do it. And it's like, I want to delegate. I want to step away, but I'll go backwards. You know, it's trying to find someone, but you have to find someone that has the passion that you have.
Right. Same drive.
Yeah. You know, and you know, I have a mentor, you know, for the gym. I've had a mentor for 2 years that I got to a point where I was like, I can't grow. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I needed to see outside in or whatever. And since I've done that, it's amazing how much, you know, if I could give someone a piece of advice, get a mentor, whatever it is you're doing, like pay the money, have someone help you out and stuff. You'd be amazed on how much you can open your eyes.
There's a lot of people that don't want help.
No.
And think they could do it all themselves. I was one of those people when we first started this. I didn't want any help. I know I needed help. So Joe's been here since day one, and he's like, I don't know, pushed me to a level where I needed to be pushed, and it's been perfect for me.
Oh yeah,
it's been perfect.
You're a monster now.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got Scott. He does all the unseen things behind the scene, and that's exactly what we needed.
Oh yeah,
we had nobody running the cameras and stuff like that, and doing the digital stuff back there
and recreating.
And
yeah, he rebranded us.
Yeah, he definitely did.
And honestly, for me, over the years, I've done everything. I've been the back end. I like at the gym, I fix everything. I order supplies. I buy the equipment, stock the coolers, clean, do all the finances on that. Where Lacey, she's the face of the. You go on our Facebook page, you know, we have over 2,300, and we've been growing. There was a me,
right?
You know, I've made this picture where everything is perfect, and I wish I had that for me, where like, hey, somebody did it for me and stuff. But it's really good knowledge because I can see, you know, all the parts of the puzzle to where if I did have someone step in, like, hey, that's not right, or this and that or whatever. But it's good to know how everything works.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, someone calls in sick, you got to run the cameras.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do? You know, like
we just have one on us.
But it's like for me, I made a playbook. You know, I made a playbook to where if something were to happen to me, this is how you can keep everything going. Passwords, and I'm still working on it. I got about 100 pages in, but it's everything. What I do from time I wake up to the time I go to bed. This is what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's taking time, but I know that I need to, and that's like my wife, she don't like business. She don't talk business. We start talking. She's like, I just want to show up, do my work, teach my classes, and go home. I'm like, well, that's not how business works. Like, there's a lot more to the business than that. Like, exactly. You know, and that's where well, you make it look so easy. I'm like, it's not easy. It's a lot of work.
Oh, I can relate to that. It's a lot of work, a lot of behind the scene things. Like for instance, when we started this place was like bare.
Yeah.
Bare. I mean, I
the only thing that's left that's
the table.
The table.
It's the table. It's totally different from when we started 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. Table and the lights. The 3 lights.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Everything else and it's a lot of trial and error. Like 100%. And learning along the way. So it was a process for us. Joe does all the stuff behind. A lot of stuff that I don't do is getting people in.
Yeah.
And he does damn. He's constantly looking for somebody else to get on the show. Like last night, he was like, I got 2 more people for the show.
I did.
It just popped up before he had to come in because he worked last night with me and he's like, got 2 more people.
Yeah, I got 2 more people.
Hey, got some more people right here. And he's constantly on it and seeing new ideas and new people bring in. So,
well, I had the food truck I had their food, and
this is great.
I said, this is awesome, dude. Do you guys want to come on to talk about your guys' food truck and everything else? They said, yeah. You guys local? So I got information like that and talked to them, and they said, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. I said, I'm booked out till at least September.
Yeah.
So actually mid-September. If I get everybody, I'm done in September. So they said, all right, it doesn't matter to us. End of the season, we can talk about how our food was, bring it in. I said, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's like, I like free food.
Yeah.
We don't get paid to do that. We don't get paid to do this. So any of the perks that we do get from people that come in, or we help them out, where like if we have a business card, we'll put it over here, and anybody says, hey, who'd you have on? I said, this is the stack right here.
Yeah.
We can't post them everywhere, but this is the stack that we've had right here, right now.
We got a nice amount of people submitting through here.
And learning people's stories and their life and how they became who they are. That's why this man right here wanted.
Not only that, just getting it out to the public.
Oh, for sure.
It's because a lot of people don't know the story behind your success. You know, it's giving them an idea of what this person went through to get to where they're at. So. And it means a lot to us. I mean, people watch it. People come up to me and, hey, watch your video or watch your podcast. It means a lot. It means so much.
I like when they come up to me, just like how you're saying that, but they come up to me and say, hey, I saw, I'll just use who we had on before. I saw that you had old Harv on from the Blues. I said, yes, we did. And I said, how was he? I mean, they see who was on and they watch, and then they're intrigued. And they watch the show.
Right.
So,
yeah. And that's one thing, like when we were at the street dance last night, taking beer tickets or whatever, everyone knows my wife.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, from a mile away, it's like, yep, the haircut,
I met your wife a couple times. So, I know you're talking about.
You know, I mean, from a distance, we can't go anywhere without her being there. We were in Grand Rapids, like, oh, hey, you're that one guy. I follow you on Facebook. We don't know each other. And it's crazy the amount of people. I was like, well, acted a lot, but like last night we had people coming up. Yeah, I know I need to get to the gym. You know, it's been a while. You know, I'm gonna come. Or I had some that are like, I haven't been in a while. Or we had another one. Yeah, I'm gonna come sign up. It's like, we're not pressuring you. Like, they see us and they feel like, I need to be there. I need to support you guys or whatever. And like everything that we've done in the community and that it's nice to see like we're making an impact.
Yeah.
And that was the big thing with the gym. I only started the gym because, like I said, there was nothing north or south of us for 15, 20 minutes. The local high school was only open 4 hours a day. I'm like, people need access to something without having to leave the community.
Exactly.
That was my thought process behind it. And I wanted to make it where it's a gym for all. Anybody can come and do something different with a variety of equipment. And it's amazing how much we've grown. Like I said, we have just under 500 members in a community of 2,400.
Yeah.
I have members from Michigan City to Watervliet to Dowagiac, in between, from all over. It's amazing.
Yeah, because your gym actually is right downtown. It's small. It's not a huge gym. It's not like an Anytime Fitness. It's not like a Planet Fitness. It's just a small, kind of quaint gym that anybody can come to and work out. I mean, that's what I liked about you guys' gym, because I have been in there a couple times.
Our new location.
No,
the old one. Our new one. It's 6,500 square feet. I have it like a rustic built to it with the metal and pallet wood and flake floor. We got about 70 pieces of equipment now. Sauna, tanning, showers, and for a golf simulator. We do training and stuff like that. It's amazing how much we've grown since I've moved into the new location. We had 192 members before we moved. Now we're just around 500.
Wow.
In 2 years.
Nice.
In 2 years. And it's amazing. And we're looking at like another 3,000 square foot addition added on to it, because we're outgrowing the space already. It's just amazing. Everyone comes to like, I like the feeling. I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
I don't feel pressure.
Right.
And I don't like the corporate feeling.
I understand that.
When I started going to the working out, it was the Powerhouse gym next to the Valleys.
Yeah.
And then it turned into the workout company. That was, old beat up hammer strength equipment with steel plates that had painted numbers on them for the weights, because they were all different numbers. You're lucky to get 244s or whatever. That's what we grew up on, going, to that gym. I was a Planet Fitness member for 5 years. And then when I did mine, I'm like, you can strongman, CrossFit, power lift,
do all this.
You can do it all. And it's crazy how I don't think I would never imagine where we are today. I didn't think that our little impact in a 700 square foot gym, and the one that he was at, that was about 3,000 square foot. It was, to me, I didn't like it. I mean, too bright colors. It was what it was.
Right.
But to where we are today, I'm like, I'm grateful for where it is. But everyone's like, oh yeah, I love your gym, this and that. People, I go to Power Wash. Hey, I go to your gym. Oh, I don't remember signing you up.
Well, that's the beauty of it. It impacts a community that way.
Yeah.
Where people are being active in what you produced for them, and it means a lot when you get that feedback.
Yeah.
So and just to have that, see you guys successfully move from the thought, the concept of the idea, and then made it bigger with it, what it really is. It's an awesome feeling right there.
Yeah. And that's with never having any fitness business experience ever. I've learned as I go on.
I don't think any of your businesses, you knew what you're getting yourself into.
No, I really don't. Honestly, I kind of the fitness, the gym was fitness. And then I built the gym based off of my experience at the Powerhouse, the workout, and then, stuff like that.
And your wife.
And her knowledge. And then she started bodybuilding. And it's like, okay, I got to start getting equipment for bodybuilders. She wants to build her legs. Okay, let's get all the leg machines. And I started building them off of that. And then we would go to different gyms and check them out. Like, oh yeah, this machine's nice, or this is here. And we've traveled all over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've been to Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, here in Michigan to buy gym equipment. We'd hook up a trailer to the car and shoot out, go pick up a piece of equipment at 5 o'clock at night, get home at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and just, get random stuff like that. So we've done a lot, and our kids have been along the way going to pick up gym equipment.
that right there, you include the family too.
Oh yeah.
In doing the things that you guys love. Just like getting the kids involved. I know the kids are like, get too much attention at school and things of that nature, but think about it down the road.
Oh yeah.
They have this experience that they never had. A lot of kids don't get to have.
No, not at all.
And learn from you guys, what you guys built for the family of the future.
Yeah.
Like you said before.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it goes back to what you're saying about his son. He says, Dad, I realized what you taught me. And I'm pretty much apologized, saying I should have paid attention more. But kids don't pay attention at that age. Like you're saying, they don't know what they have yet.
So they get out there on their own. and they have to do it themselves.
God, I wish
And
my
all
daughters
the
did that.
lessons that you've taught them or try to embed in their brain, that switch is clicked.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I get it now.
I did make after I did the gym, because I was working, I didn't see the kids much. I mean, they would come up to the gym while I was working and stuff like that. But I made after that, I was like, I'm not going to work. And once they get home from school, I'm not working. I'm putting stuff down, because it started to feel like work was overshadowing the family. And it's like, okay, we're going to do a weekend trip. We're going to go somewhere one day a weekend just to try stuff like that, because I started to find myself getting so engulfed, and like, it's like, okay, this is getting a little too bad, but you got to put in the time to get it done. It's like with the Slingshots, there's not a lot, when it comes to these people. Book it, I show up and stuff like that. It makes it a lot easier than say the gym was or whatever.
I can't click on that picture, make it bigger, but you can leave.
The building is the same color as your cars.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
Those are nice though. That's pretty cool.
Green and black is the building is. And like tonight, we're supposed to be putting in the I-beams for the structural. I got to put a new roof, new front. There's a lot of
that red one.
Yeah, the red one's
that's,
pretty.
Yeah. That's
the faster than the better version of the other two.
That's the R model.
I do like that model.
That is pretty cool.
But you can change. It's crazy because there's all the parts are so interchangeable, where you can switch stuff and like that. So it's definitely a unique thing. But yeah, the kids love the cars. Like, they always say when I go to gas station, get a pop or something. Hey, you guys want to go for a ride? All right, jump. We'll go get dinner.
Yeah.
They go pick up stuff like that. So it's definitely the little ones have been through it all. So they've really learned a lot when it comes to it or whatever. But they keep asking me, so what's the next business? What are we doing next? I'm like, I don't know. I said, if an idea pops into my head and it sounds,
you'll know, because I'll be staring to the abyss.
We did buy an e-trike. We went and picked up an e-trike. It was a brand new one, because we were looking at doing e-trikes and e-bikes for going to the beach and stuff. Really? Think about it. Waco Beach is always full.
Yeah.
Oh, they can park at the gym, pick up an e-trike, load up their trike, haul their stuff down there, and then
there you go.
Got to pay for parking, and they have all of it.
Yeah.
So so I'm like, So I started. We got a couple bikes for that. But then I contact my insurance, and they're like, well, you can't do it under Slingshots. You have to have a separate a new business. So I'm like, I got to start another business just for insurance. So I'm like, that one's on hold for the moment.
Yeah.
And that's where Lacey's like, yeah, let's just wait until this winter time.
See what happens. Yeah.
And let's see things, and then we'll start. I'm like, okay. So I did about to go down that rabbit hole, but I have one. It's got like 5 miles on it.
So
there is hope that you can start one.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
Do I want a business name? And then it's just taxes and
You don't have to answer this question because it's a financial question, but it almost sounds like I'm on Shark Tank. What is your revenue for the year that you were trying to pursue?
There's not a number.
There's no number? No. You really don't care?
I don't think there'll ever be a number, because every time I hit zone, better, well, how can I be how can I do it? We have a number every month. We have a number where, okay, we hit this revenue goal, we're going to hit this goal, and then your net owner benefit is here. So I'm trying to hit those numbers, and since I've been in mentorship, I've doubled my revenue. I started taking money because I never got any pay from the gym until last year.
Oh, really?
We never, because I always put the money back into the business. Like the business is basically everything's paid off but the mortgage, because all my pressure washing money went to the gym. Any other extra side money that went to the gym to build the gym. And so I never took a paycheck. I used pressure washing money was kind of my thing. Now that I have a paycheck, it's like, another couple grand a month would be nice, and then I hit a revenue goal. It's like, okay, more and more, but all the money I'm making now is going into the Slingshot building. So it's like, when am I ever going to keep the money that I'm making? But my goal for like the Slingshot, I had to fill it out because I had to do a 5-year plan with them, my building or my plan. And my revenue for the first season, I wanted to hit 30,000. That was my goal for 5 or 6 months to hit 30 grand was the goal. And I think right now I'm over halfway past that goal, and it's only July. I still got August, September, October.
Yeah.
So that was my goal for the Slingshot. 30 grand. If I can hit 30 grand, that pays for my bills. And there's some extra revenue there. But I'm not looking at it as I don't need the money. I just enjoy doing it, you know, and the money for this will help pay my mortgages and stuff like that. So it's not like play money. It's just like, how can I pay down assets to buy another, you know, asset or whatever it may be. In the gym, you know, I my goal this year, I think we wanted to be, we wanted to be another 80 to 100 grand higher than we were last year. And we're on track for that or whatever, you know? So it's like, for me, it's like, you know, as long as I got enough money to pay my bills, we have a little extra to do stuff, I'm content.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 because I know how to be smart with my money.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, I lived on 5 years making under $50,000 a year with the business and all that. But I paid all my business stuff off because I was smart with the way that I played the money. Because I don't care. I don't want to be in a position where I was at my last job with the junkyard and that, where I loved it at first. It was amazing. And then I got to a point where I was making good money. But then I got to a point where I hated it. I woke up and I dreaded to go. And I got to the point where it's like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if I make 30 grand less a year. I hate it.
Yeah.
I will take a pay cut to do something totally different because I just can't do it. And I did. I went from making, you know, like $1,500 a week to $320 a week. I went from running 2 businesses to powder coating and doing grunt, making like $12 an hour. And I'm like, I'm not gonna, what I make in a month doesn't even pay my mortgage. Like, it was tough.
Yeah.
But I found a way.
That's the way to do it, man.
I'm like, you know, sometimes you're gonna have those blocks in your life where you're gonna get put into the corner where you're gonna have to figure out a way to hustle and make the money.
Exactly.
And I think that's like, you know, it's either you're gonna make you a man or you're gonna be a boy. It's like, are you gonna step it up and figure this out and take care of your family, or are you just gonna sit there and do nothing?
I'm gonna sit there and do nothing.
You know, I mean, what got me into that position mindset at the junkyard, we were making enough to float, just enough to float. The economy wasn't great at the time.
Yeah.
It was like 2008 ish. And we had payroll due on Thursday. I had to have it in Wednesday for Thursday for overnight, or direct deposit. I needed $6,000. We had $500 in the bank. This is Tuesday. I have 2 days to get $6 grand. And I was freaking like, I don't know. What are we going to do? I ended up getting $8 grand in 2 days. Paid, all my employees were paid.
Yeah.
I didn't pay myself because we needed the extra money to pay bills and stuff. But when I learned how to get money, and I'm like, okay, anybody can do this. It's like, how bad do you want it, or whatever. Exactly. I didn't take a paycheck, but I cared about my employees. They had to have money for their families. And a lot of them were living paycheck to paycheck. And it's like, yeah, I'm not, but I couldn't do it. And there was weeks I never took a paycheck because I wanted to make sure that they were taken care of first.
You don't get a paycheck now.
No.
You keep pushing into other.
Yeah,
you keep
I know.
The
wife gets a paycheck. She gets one. I don't. But like for me, it's like I'm at that point now where if I wanted to, I could just have the gym and I don't have to do nothing else.
Yeah.
And not work. But that's just not
my
personality. I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be like the people that are retiring at 70 and then they sit and do nothing, and within 3 years they're gone. Because their mind is just like that. I
because they're so used to being active and doing things.
Yeah. So for me, I'll always work.
Yeah.
It's just who I am or whatever. I probably won't work as hard. I'll work smarter.
Right. Right.
I always tell people keep the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Do it the way it needs to be, and you'll be just fine.
Definitely. That's wise words.
Keep it simple, stupid.
All right, we're getting down
Keep
to
it simple,
to
stupid.
keep it simple.
Stupid.
For me?
No, that's what he just said. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep, the kiss method.
Okay. Are you calling me stupid now? All right. We getting up to the last 5 minutes of the podcast. So we do a last call, and what we do is give shout outs to whoever's closest to you, and then anything new coming up in the horizon.
Yeah, I'd say probably one of my biggest supporters is going to be my wife and my family, my mom and stepdad, and my kids. Without them, in the beginning, they were very like, you sure about this? But I mean, as much as I've done or whatever, they've backed and supported me with it, and just kind of like, Jimmy's gonna do Jimmy. That's just the way it is, or whatever. So I appreciate the support that they've helped me, and then even all of my members, past clients that I've had in all the businesses. Without them, there's no way the businesses would be where they are today,
right?
For sure. So I appreciate everyone there, and in the future, looking at. And I know we're looking for an expansion for our gym. That's one thing I plan on after we do. But from there, I don't know. I want to grow the Slingshots. I've been approached about possibly doing other locations around. It's just logistics.
Yeah.
I can't be in 7 places at one time.
Right.
So I got to start backing my way out of stuff just to start making time, for sure.
You ever think you could do that? Let go?
I am right now with the gym. Honestly, I'm one of my trainers. He's kind of like my operations guy. I just talked with my mentor last week, and we're gonna start delegating tasks to him for me to step away. I'll still be overseeing all the finances and purchasing, but the day-to-day stuff, I'm gonna pass it all, social media, all of that. So it's gonna be
give you a little free time.
Yeah, and I have to pay a cleaner too. He told me I have to stop cleaning. I need to pay a cleaner. It's like, you're making enough money to where you don't need to clean. I'm like, but I'm saving. He said, but you're not. Like, I know. So me stepping away from that, I can focus on the Slingshots and grow that. I told the wife, I said, the gym was yours. I built that for you. I'm building this for me. This is what I want to do. So I have really, it's not going to grow until I put 100% focus into it. So that's about it.
There you go, Joe.
Well. Really, I'm really at awe because I'm coming into a show that I had no clue the hell you were. And it's even funny because I hate to say it like this. I didn't know what your name was. I just knew you under the slingshot guy. So
that was the big question before you got here. Like, what's his name, Joe? Ask these questions.
I've had a couple of people like, hey, are you the slingshot guy? I'm like, yep.
So for that, and knowing your story now, knowing how you met your wife, knowing how quick it was and how focused you are in your life on everything that you do, I give you hats off, dude. That's awesome. And all the jobs that you do now still to this day, it's amazing that you have time for your family, but you make time for your family. And that's the best thing, is how you said with your son, with your daughter going to softball tournaments, baseball tournaments. Those are coming, and you keep on doing what you're doing now and how passionate you are. Sky is the limit for you. So you keep on rocking it out. And one day that when I do get my license back, I will rent one. I have an electric scooter that goes 70 miles per hour. So I think I can handle speed on that one. But the only thing I would be afraid of if I ever rented one would be that agreement, just because I know how Michigan people are. And I know how the roads are. I'd be afraid I want to even go over 30 because I don't want to hit a pothole that I just missed and I just cracked the frame. I would freak out.
You would definitely have to hit it going really, really fast.
That's what I'm saying. I would want to go fast, but I'd be afraid that one chance that I hit that one, it's gonna do something, and that's why I'm only gonna do 30.
People behind you pissed off.
I'm just cruising and waving at people. I'm in a parade. So, but for you, it was awesome getting to know you. Can't wait to have you on again. And if you could put more into your wife to come on the show, I'd love to have her too.
Oh yeah, I think it would be a good thing to hear kind of her side of the story on how she's gotten to where she is today.
Yeah.
Especially with her, she's got like her confidence levels. You would look at her and think, man, she's the most confident, this and that. But to hear the side of her and how much, especially with bodybuilding, how much body dysphoria and like feels like it's not enough. It's a lot of stuff that you'd be surprised because everyone thinks, hey, happy go lucky and stuff like that. But she's came from the time we've met to where she is today. It's amazing how far she's came.
And I love to ask the other half of the story of how you guys met.
Yeah.
They fill in the blank.
Yeah.
So if the other half has a job,
Yeah, on that one you'll sit in that chair.
They fill in the blank. No, he can sit behind.
no, let him sit right there, dude. Get both of them in.
But once again, thank you. It was an awesome show. I can't wait to see more of you.
No problem.
All right, Jimmy. Yeah, like Joe said, I'm gonna write some of the comments he said. Didn't know who you were. Yeah. And it's a pleasure to get to hear your story. I love your work ethic and the way your mind works. You get yourself
it's amazing.
Get yourself on a project, you get it done.
Yep.
And that's the key right there, getting things done that you set out to do and not leave them unfinished.
Right.
And that shows your kids that your work ethic, and that passes on to them. So hats off to you for that. The story is amazing, and I love the ending of it. And it's not an ending right now. It's still a lot to be done.
Right.
And I appreciate the story that you told us and you coming in on the show. So definitely we will have you back. Thank you so much for your story, man. I appreciate it.
Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate for having me on. And I think for a lot of people, they don't know, like you said, you have no clue. You know, I'm always behind the scenes, kind of pulling the strings, and I've always had everybody in front, being the ones that are like to show people, especially the wife for 7 years now or whatever. So once people get to know me, they're like, at first they're like, he's just an asshole. And like, no, like if you knew my wife, no, but it's just, it's, for me, it's just I always like put her first and other people first. I never do myself because I don't look at it that way. I look at it as like, hey, I have a job to do. I'm just going to get it done. And then whatever comes of it, I don't need no awards or anything like that. I just, I want to do things to help people and kind of go from there.
There you go.
About that. He's very humble.
Yeah, so, very humble. Very humble. All right, guys. All right. Joe, who do we have on Monday? Yeah, I forget we have tomorrow.
You mean that's tomorrow, buddy?
Yeah, I know.
Tomorrow?
Sunday shows throw me off.
Hot Sauce.
Oh, the band. Yes. All right.
All three of them are coming in.
And on
and then on
got Paul Crumpacker. Yeah,
but tomorrow we're gonna have all three band members.
All three? You gotta get another seat, huh?
No, they can just put it in the middle.
What was that, Scott? You okay over there?
You want them to sit on your lap?
Okay.
But all right. All three of them. Then they have Paul.
Yeah, Paul Crumpacker.
Yep.
The artist, the teacher artist, lived in China for 20 years. He's got I'm sure he's got some interesting things to tell us. He's excited.
That's a show you booked.
I know. That was the only one I booked in the past 3 years.
All of a sudden he shows up and says, "Hey, put this guy on."
Yeah, fine. My little contribution to it.
He says, "Here, put this guy in this spot right here." All right.
Like, are you sick? Something wrong?
I know. I always look at him and say, "Okay, what is he?"
No, I talked to the guy. He's pretty cool. He's a really good artist. So I mean,
that's what's going on next week.
Yep. All right, guys. This is the 197th episode.
No.
197. 197. No, that's 197. We did 196 Wednesday.
I don't know.
I promise you we did.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Anyway, I may be wrong. There. Scott may be right. I'm a humble man. I'll take my losses. Don't you nod your head like that. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today. And join us Monday when we have Hot Sauce on.
Yep.
All right, guys. If you guys are watching any of our podcast platforms, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and all that good stuff. Guys, let's thank Jimmy Lucas for joining us today. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Let me see if I can get the button right. There we go. All right. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. Sunday, I can get to work. We'll see you Monday. All right, guys. Here we go. See you.